Hello.
Hello, I'm looking for Vicky.
Hi, Johnny. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about a
Do we
year.
know each other?
No, we
Oh, well.
hadn't. Yeah, we had an interview about a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's been a few between then and now.
Yeah, exactly. You've been a busy guy. Yeah, very busy guy.
Yeah. Try to keep busy. So how
Yes.
are you?
I'm okay. I was just going to ask you how you've been holding up.
Doing okay. Just keeping busy. And today plus day, I put everything. Got
Right on.
my schedule changed. Yeah. Well, actually, all day last
Yeah.
week. But I've been bouncing around between Quiet Riot gigs and in between Dallas and New Orleans. It's been busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy summer, which
That's
is
what.
good.
Yeah, it is. It's good to stay busy,
Right.
but sometimes you do need some downtime, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. It's a wonderful thing just being able to have music in our lives. And speaking about that,
Yeah.
yeah, so I I'm blown away. Like I love everything that you guys are doing, you and Dan, and badass stuff.
Thank you.
You're so very welcome. it
It's pretty cool. Like the whole concept of it, the whole idea, and then what becomes the end result is it's pretty cool.
It is. It's
It's
outstanding.
exciting.
Yeah, you guys are. I couldn't stop listening to it like all last week, all the week before. Like that's the only thing I was listening to was Patriarchs in Black. It
Oh,
is
nice.
definitely. Yeah, I was telling Dan that it's like definitely my go-to these days, and I've been sharing the links for it all around and all that jazz because the good
Appreciate
people.
it.
You're welcome. The good people need to hear this badassness. So, what's
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
It's actually like this record. This record, I had mentioned it to Dan as we were working on it. So to do this, like the songwriting is a lot stronger on this one.
Yeah.
Solution, but we on this one we kind of took a couple of detours from what we do, and just try to stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it was I'm really happy with the way that it turned out, especially with the way that the whole thing gets developed and comes together, and it's not your traditional, you know, you're hashing out ideas and come up with stuff. This is the world that we live in now. I'm in Dallas, Dan's in New Jersey, and
yeah.
the rest of the players that we work with are all over the country.
Yeah, that's I was just going to ask actually, what's it like being able to collaborate with all of the special guests that you guys have had on this album?
I love the idea because it gives me the opportunity to play with people that I normally wouldn't be able to.
Hell yeah.
Like different friends, and catching up with people that I used to play with, like
Nice.
Eric from Pale Horse, Sal Ayavara. I played with Sal Ayavara when I was like 19 years old.
Damn.
20 years old, and he's a phenomenal bass player. And then as songs were being developed, it would be like, oh, who can we get for this? Who would be a good singer for this? Who would be a good bass player? And it was, there's been a couple of instances where I was like, Sal would be perfect for this.
Hell
So I
yeah.
reached out to him. Hey, I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this thing. I want you to play on this song.
Right on. And most of the time,
and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun in that sense. We're not so much. It's try to use this delicately, of where it's not work, so to speak.
exactly. Yeah.
Where you're expected to produce something, and because I've been on both sides of it.
Yeah.
typo negative, and where you have this expectation.
The pressure, yeah.
Yeah, but like the typo, we didn't really succumb to pressure. We were just always doing our own thing, and it was very personal to us. And
oh yeah,
we tried to keep anyone that wasn't involved in it, we keep them out.
Exactly.
But at the same time, there is that expectation, on the business side of it,
yeah.
the record label and things like that. And so Patriarchs doesn't have any of that. It's just out of fun. Obviously, there's no money in it.
Yeah.
There's no money, but you do it just for the enjoyment of it.
Yeah, you do what you love because you love to do it. Yeah, hell yeah. And I think that does make it sound all the more better.
It is, like I said, on this one, it seems like the songwriting was definitely a step up in the songwriting. It was definitely stronger.
Do you contribute to the songwriting?
Well, not really. Say like rips or melody lines and stuff. I when Dan will send me something, I will tell him that it. I was like, I feel this needs something else here. We need to do something here. You need to come up with something here.
Oh, so you're the director.
In a sense, yeah. Dan comes from a place where he prefers to have very short, sweet songs, almost like punk rock songs, so like the Misfits, where songs are like 2 minutes long. I come from an environment where typo, a short song, was 8 minutes long.
Yeah. Big difference. Big contrast
right.
there.
So as far as like the structure of the song, I'd be like, and Dan doesn't really care for guitar solos. I like guitar solos. So I'm like, you need to do a guitar solo here. I don't want to do it. It needs a guitar solo here. It needs something. The song can't just end here. It's not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's got the journey. The journey is missing something. So then we'll go back and forth with that.
Heck yeah.
And then we compromise. Sometimes he's insisting on not having a certain thing there, or like he's insisting about how the song is. And then sometimes he'll throw me a bone, and then he'll do something. And I'll be like, look, the guitar solo is great. Look, perfect.
There you go. Well, what was so hard about that?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, he wanted me to tell you that he thinks that you are amazing. So, yeah, he's very stoked to be working with you and doing what he's doing.
He's a talented guy, and
he said the same about you.
It's weird, like now, like the last, I guess since like the spring. Dan, up until this point, was always coming up with stuff. So there was always new songs in my email, my mailbox. Right now, there's like one. So he's kind of taking a break, and like over the last 4 years since we put these records out, it's always been a constant flow of new stuff. And like on the previous record, when we were doing press for visioning and stuff, I would get completely confused all the time about what record we were talking about.
Oh.
Because,
oh boy.
Because visioning was coming out and we were working on Home.
Yeah.
And visioning hadn't even been released yet. And we were coming up with new songs for this record.
Yeah.
So when we were doing interviews, I'm like, what record are we talking about? Are we talking about the upcoming record or the one that we did? And I'm thinking, at the time, it's just a mind game.
Yeah.
And then where it's like, visioning I was like, oh, that was sold last year.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that record. And it hadn't even been released yet.
It's like, it's not that last year. It's not even out yet.
So I was getting confused that way.
Aw. Well,
so now it seems like for the first time in a couple of years, there's been a lull. Like he's taking a break from writing.
Yeah, well, maybe he's gathering some more inspirations, eh? but what?
Yeah, I mean, there was nothing bad about
No.
it. Like,
yeah.
So like burnout or anything like that. He was just like, just taking a break.
Yeah, he's very. It needs to come naturally, right? So.
Yeah, and he'll get. Like I said, there's one song in my mailbox. He sent me a phone video of something that he was working on, so he's starting to get back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been also kind of without that it's opened me up to be able to do other things too. So
that's right.
Working on other stuff.
That's right. It's a bit difficult when you're multitasking. Like you said, sometimes there's confusement and whatever else.
Yeah, I live off my calendar now. I can't function without it. I have to write stuff down.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're all so busy living in a fast-paced world, and there's so many things going on. Sometimes life throws us curveballs that we're not ready for,
Yeah. The last year and a half has been, it's been pretty tough. Especially the stuff at home. My mother passed away in October.
Yes.
And there's been a lot of stuff, related to that I've had to.
My sincere condolences.
Thanks. So
I remember
before she passed away.
Yeah, I remember the last time we spoke, you were mentioning how you were taking care of her and being with family. And...
Yeah, so I was going up there. A lot of my free time was spent going back up to New York. And, helping my brother out with my mother and stuff like that. Just dealing with life.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so now things have gotten busier. I've been doing a lot of. I really haven't been home much. That's really what's been going on. So,
yeah, exactly.
So Dan not working on anything at the moment is totally fine.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. You got a lot on your table there. You are awesome though. Yeah. The music that you guys are making are like. It's so unique. At the same time, it's got the doom effect that just triggers me so well. And you guys got this Sabbath sound about you.
Well, I guess pretty much it's like when you start getting like I've been saying for so long, like all roads lead to Black Sabbath. So you can think that you're doing something, it's like you try to tell yourself, no, it doesn't sound like Black Sabbath, but it is.
Yeah. There's no mistaking that. Yeah, it's so cool.
And I know for me as a musician and stuff, I've been wearing that on my sleeve since I first started playing. So,
hell yeah.
I'm not. I don't try to hide the fact from it, and I celebrate it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that the way Dan's writing, with the things that he comes up with, it's the Sabbath influence is pretty strong.
Yeah, he's definitely.
But talking to Dan and talking about music and stuff, Sabbath isn't like his favorite band. He comes from his favorite bands are like Kiss and Aerosmith.
Oh yeah, I could tell that too.
But when he picks up his guitar, you can hear the Sabbath influence is really strong.
Yeah, man, it's just that it's naturally there, and it's meant to be there.
Yeah.
I love this album, you guys. It's amazing.
No, thanks. It's the thing that I find interesting about it is that with each song, Dan and I are the only constants with the players.
Yeah.
It's just Dan and I, and then there's all the guests.
Yes, exactly.
But somehow it all sounds like Patriarchs in Black.
Yeah.
even though you have like these other people, and of course they bring their own unique.
Yeah, they do.
Talents to what we're doing, and what they do to the songs is unique unto themselves. But it does sound like Patriarchs in Black. And even though, especially, when you think about, you have different singers, and the vocalist is such a, that's the focal point of the song.
Yeah.
And it will be a different color, but it really does sound like the same band.
I know, eh? It's crazy.
which that I find to be pretty odd.
Yeah,
You would think that when you have like different singers and stuff, it would just sound like a compilation record.
that's right. It would sound different every time.
And yeah, and I mean, except for some of the stuff, there's like on each record, there's usually a song that's more like kind of like, I don't know if it's right to say like hardcore
Yeah,
related, kind of like that New York hardcore vibe, and that kind of stands out on its own, where it's different for Patriarchs in Black.
exactly.
Like even the stuff like where we've had like Ted Barrel from DMC on it, and he's rapping over the song, and it still sounds like Patriarchs in Black to me.
Right on. It's crazy though.
You have a rapper. The
Like
guy
what the?
rapping on it.
It's like what the heck?
And it's right, and it's so far removed from like what Sunshine does or Carl, but it still sounds like the same band to me.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know if that's just me, because obviously I'm looking at these songs through a different lens.
Yeah.
Than
I think
than most people, because I'm in it.
exactly.
So I see it differently.
Yeah, you do.
But
And
I try
you
to
would.
step out of that and try to be objective and try to, when it's done, just try to listen to it as its own thing
Yeah.
and not have that personal attachment to it.
Yeah, try to detach from it. On the
Yeah.
on the album, what is your favorite song,
I don't know.
if you have
I'm
one?
not really sure. I don't even know the real titles of these songs.
Classic.
I know them as like working titles.
Oh well, I guess I wouldn't even know.
That's the God's honest truth. Like I know that.
Yeah.
I know the song "Celestial Yard" because we just did the video for it and it got released as a single. But everything else all had.
Yeah, which is
had working
amazing, by
titles.
the way. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, the
So
song came out pretty cool.
yeah, so if you were to tell me it in working terms, I'd be like, oh yeah, cool. I like that one too.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the song "Beeline."
Yeah.
I like that. I thought the call was pretty cool. What else? I mean, I guess off the top of my head, those would be like like even this, which one is this? Storm King.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. The vocalist, which guy sang that? But I forget his name. It's hard to keep track of everyone. There's like 20 people on this.
I know. It's so amazing though that you guys keep it so eclectic like that. I think that's different, unique, and I think it's badass.
It really started out innocently enough when Dan had reached out to me about doing something together.
Mm-hmm.
I literally, I play in so many bands.
Exactly.
And I was just honest about it. I was like, look, I can't commit to anything else. I'm barely getting, barely doing what I'm doing, getting by.
Yeah.
With commitments and stuff. I was like, I don't have time to commit to another band. I just can't do it. I said, if you want to get together and just work on music, I was like, I'm into that. Like, you want to record,
Jam out, yeah.
That's fine. Send me some songs, and I'll put some drums to it, and we'll go from there.
Hell yeah.
And then Dan had the first song we did was a Black Sabbath cover.
That's funny.
We did a cover of Snowblind, and
Nice.
Bob Dukes from Exodus sang on it.
Right on.
And so then he just through conversations, he was like, well, who would you want to who do you think would be the right singer for this and stuff, or like, you have anybody in mind for a bass player? You know, just putting a band together. And I was like, well, I was like, it's not really a band.
Exactly.
I said, why don't we just? I said, you know, between the two of us, we have a lot of friends. I said, why don't we just start asking different people to play on the record? Kind of like what Dave Grohl did with Probot.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Except for Probot, Dave played everything. In Patriarchs in Black, Dan and I don't play everything, and we bring other people in, and you know, they not just singers, bass players.
Exactly.
There's many vocalists, and we even have opera vocals on this.
Hell yeah.
And violinist, and, you know, piano, keyboards, and you know, so there's like a lot of different things on it. And it was like, well, why just lock ourselves into just
one sound?
So
yeah, one lineup, one sound. Yeah.
Let's have fun with this. And that's what we've been doing. So we've been able to get like all kinds of different people that we've been friends with. You know,
exactly.
For the most part, there's been a couple of people where Dan was like, I'd really like to work with this guy. Didn't know, and he would just reach out to him.
Right on.
You know, this is what we're doing. Would you be interested in whatever, playing on a song?
Well, I love that.
Most of the time they say yeah.
Heck yeah, I love that.
So it's kind of like it's like a fun pet project that's now really starting to become a thing unto itself.
Exactly. Yeah, and it sounds like you guys are having fun. How did you guys come up with the name of the album?
Dan came up with the name. Yeah. And every band that I play in, that is not my battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really don't care what it's called. I mean, if there's something, if it just sounds like too, like, you know, dorky or like dumb to me or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, that doesn't sound good.
It's like,
no. I don't like the way it rolls off my tongue. I don't like the way it sounds coming out of my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I can't picture it on a T-shirt or anything.
Yeah.
But Dan suggested. I was like, oh, Patriarchs in Black. I was like, that's kind of cool. And actually, to me, it's a cool name.
Heck
but
yeah.
that was all Dan. And like I said, every band that I get involved with, I was like, I don't care what you call it.
Exactly. Just listen to it.
Eventually, it's just going to be. It's going to be in a rack with a whole bunch of other names of bands that start with P.
It's up in there, right? But
yeah, it's just going to be in there because like there were plenty of bands that have like, you know, cool names. There are plenty of bands that had like, you know, terrible names that became commonplace, and then after a while, you don't really even pay attention to them.
Yeah, exactly.
like to me, I always thought that Metallica was a really cool name.
Yeah. I did too. I still do.
And then after a while, you really don't pay attention to the name Metallica. You identify that band.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you don't really think about, well, what is a Metallica?
No. I can't say I've ever done that.
Right. You're right. You know, like.
Yeah. Exactly. That's hilarious.
What is a Rolling Stone?
Oh, I'll tell you what a Rolling Stone is. Just kidding. Yeah, but no, it's so cool, though, that you guys are able to reach out and these people just jump on it and join, and it's naturally coming together like that.
It's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah. Sounds like you guys are.
It's a lot of fun. And everyone that we've worked with has been really cool to work with. Like,
right on.
We haven't had, there hasn't been any issues, you know, I guess, like, you know, whatever you do in life, you're always going to run into people that you're will rub you the wrong way, or like, are hard to get along with.
Like my back neighbors over here. Yeah.
See? Yes.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go, like, and I was like I would tell my kids this, you know, as they started, like, you know, getting older and like getting into the workplace.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be somebody at work that you don't like.
Yep.
Exactly. Rub you the wrong way. And it's the same thing, you know, like with bands, even like, you know, like with bands deal with, you musicians, there's a certain level of maturity most of the time that's lacking.
Yeah. I see it all the time.
So, right. So there's nothing uncommon about dealing with a difficult musician.
Exactly.
and it must be drummers, because those are the ones that get fired and replaced all the time.
Seems like that.
I find myself to be pretty easygoing.
Yeah. Well, look,
drummers always first to get replaced.
Yeah. Well, look at you. You're going around being a part of a handful of bands and drumming work, so you don't gotta worry.
It's because it's hard for them to It's hard for them to lock down a drummer.
Yeah, exactly. Which makes it good for you. It keeps you busy.
Yeah. A lot of it, though, you know what? A lot of it is, and people tell you this all the time. There's a few factors that go into like being in a band, and and really the playing is like one of the 24 hours in the day. It's the other 23 hours that really go far.
Yeah.
Like how you are as a person and stuff like that, and, because you could be the most accomplished musician there is. If you're an asshole, no one's going to want to work with you.
No, exactly.
It doesn't matter how talented you are or what you're capable of and stuff.
Yeah,
because if they have to contend with that person for the other 23 hours, then it becomes not worth it.
Yeah, I so hear you on that. Like, there's even sometimes I come across bands that are like that.
Yeah, especially if there isn't any money involved.
Yeah, I know. It's like crazy.
It's not like, well, like the guy's an asshole, but the gig pays really well, so let me just try to, not pay attention to that. Just show up, do my job, and make my money, or whatever.
Yeah.
There is no money, so
it's like, what the fuck are you fighting for?
Well, it's like, why am I dealing with this?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if it's not fun, why even bother? It's not like I'm pulling an income from it or anything.
Which y'all very
supposed to be for fun.
You very well should be.
That fun away.
Yeah, it's just not something that you want to do if there ain't no fun.
Right.
Never mind no money.
Literally no point. Right. There isn't any money in it, so you can't justify it that way. But,
exactly.
It's a good paying job, so let me grit my teeth and bear it. No, this is fun, and if you're dealing with difficult people in a situation where the main purpose is to be fun.
Exactly. And music's supposed to bring...
Why would you subject yourself to that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be bringing us together, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sometimes I deal with some bands that I see just in my passings of dealing with so many bands or artists. I see them hating on other bands. I make sure that I do not play them on my show. They don't know that.
Well, I mean, there's no point in that. I mean,
if you're your point is
sure,
exactly, you're an asshole, you're an asshole. It doesn't matter how well you can play guitar, sing, drum, whatever have you.
Right, yeah. Like there are plenty of people that I'm friends with that I don't really, I don't care for their band, but I like them as people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it seems like, I don't know, like musicians, they're like on a different trip a lot of times. It's not like these people are like coming up with the cure for cancer.
You sure? But yeah, exactly. Right. I know what you're saying.
But they walk around
like as if they have,
yeah. That's significant. That they're important. That they're that important to the world.
I don't know what the hell that act job is for, but I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. When I see that, you always gotta laugh. I mean, yeah, okay there. I had this one band, for example. This one band messaged me and said, "Oh, you do a radio show. How about I come to your city and you can make me famous?" I was like, "Excuse me." You're gonna be famous if you're gonna be famous. Okay, that's up to you, buddy.
Well, at least that person is like, they're at least acknowledging that they're not famous.
Yeah, exactly. I love the way you look at that.
There's a certain amount of humility in there.
Exactly. I never really thought of that, but yeah. I was just like, are you kidding me?
As opposed to the other artists that would be like, hey, why don't I do you a favor and come onto your show?
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Exactly. But yeah, some people are just way out there. But I'm glad that you guys have had nothing but good times to be had working on that album, and
It is. It is. It's a lot of fun.
it sounds badass.
It's a unique situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And, it has been fun, and it's like it's been fun for me, like where I've been getting a lot out of it personally, like it's making me I'm playing a lot more, and learning more about recording techniques and stuff because I do all my tracking myself.
Oh yeah.
And I send everything. I send all the tracks to J Rod, who's the engineer.
Okay.
And so I've been learning that aspect, which for decades I never paid attention to.
Yeah.
Once my work was done, I just ran out. It's like I didn't want to know what goes into hot dogs.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like hot dogs. I just don't want to know what's in them.
Exactly. That's how I. Yeah.
So I always found being in the studio to be boring, and it doesn't have that spontaneity that live performance has and stuff. And then during the pandemic, I started taking more of an interest in it, and then I'm not going to say I'm a studio geek, far from it, but I've learned a lot, and I take each song that I track, I try to learn something new.
Heck yeah! Well, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah.
No, as long as I'm always learning something, there's some kind of activity going on upstairs to challenge me.
Yeah, learning something new every day is the way.
Yeah, and I start worrying about that as I get older, like thinking, setting my ways and just, not being open to new ideas or new things and stuff, and just always trying to learn something, always trying to, even with like with playing drums. Right, I've been playing drums a long time.
Yes.
And I'm always trying to learn something new and to
keep it fresh,
to be better than I was the day before.
That's right, and I apply that to every aspect of my life. And I try to be a better human than I was the day before, parent, whatever it is.
Right.
And
to be a student of life.
That's right. Yeah. I love that.
Always trying to learn and to be stimulated in that way instead of just sitting back.
The brain is a sponge. Use it.
Myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I only have a few years left.
Hey now. You stay with me here.
Well, I mean, I'm in my late 50s, and there's more years behind me than ahead of me.
Yeah, you're in your late 50s, eh? I'm just approaching 50. Is it all downhill from there?
Right. Actually, physically, I feel fine, thankfully.
Oh, right on.
The last couple of years, I've adopted the stress and anxiety diet, so I've lost a bunch of weight.
Right on.
And like I wake up in the morning, I don't, nothing's sore. I feel fine. I still feel like I did when I was like in my 20s and 30s. But I know in reality, I'm not.
Exactly. I envy that so much. I personally live with chronic pain. I busted my back having my kiddos.
Okay.
And
shit, yeah.
Pain is a bitch and a half. But it's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that you're still giving her, man.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate in that way. The only thing, as I got older, I had to wear glasses.
Yeah.
I can't read without glasses.
I think that's going to be happening to a lot of us, eh? I'm kind of even getting there myself.
I remember, like, when I had to get glasses, right, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I had to get glasses. She's like, you're 45. She goes, you did good.
Well, you did, yeah.
Right.
That's
she's
so
like,
cute.
What are you complaining about? You made it to 45. I was like, but yeah, no. It's like, I need something to read.
I find myself magnifying things sometimes myself.
Yeah, I remember, I was like, if my arm was just another few inches longer, I could read my phone better.
Yeah.
Stretch it away.
Oh, man. That's so
But
cool.
yeah, I mean, aside from that, I am fortunate in that way. I mean, I feel good.
Hell yeah.
I'm in relatively good health.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
I think it's, rock and roll did that.
Yeah, rock and roll will save our souls, I swear.
Yeah, I think it did. Constantly playing and being active. I mean, it seems like I'm playing more now than I did when I was in my 20s.
I know, eh?
I mean, it feels that way. It really does. And I don't really, like the live shows and stuff, I don't really feel fatigued or anything. I feel like I could still keep playing after doing an hour and a half set.
Nice.
I don't really feel affected physically.
You're like so that. Used to it by now. Yeah. You've developed the muscle of it all.
So that is the cardio.
Yeah.
The cardio, I've always had, like good blood pressure and stuff like that.
Right on.
So, really, knock on wood, I've been really fortunate in that sense.
Well, I wish you many more years of that. Oh, yeah.
It's as I got older, started trying to pay attention to my family history,
Yeah.
And so, like, my father passed away when he was 60 years old for a month.
Oh, boy.
When he died. Yeah. And I see that a lot of the men on my father's side had passed away at a relatively young age.
Yeah, that's...
And on my mother's side, I have a lot of dementia runs rampant on my mother's side of the family.
Oh,
both my grandparents had it on my mother's side. Both her parents had dementia.
Yeah, my dad
my mother had it when she passed away.
Yeah.
But that was brought on by the stroke.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
So I figure if I make it past 60, I'm definitely getting dementia.
You're looking into the future of that.
The outlook is grim, regardless of which side I look at.
Yeah, I always say to my family
line I look at.
Actually, before we talked this morning, I was on a family call with my family, my sisters and my daughters, and I was like, you know what? I was trying to explain to my sister why our mother did not make some of the best choices in life, etc. And I said, I put it to her this way, like I told my oldest daughter. Some people are weak, some people are strong. You gotta just, give it all you got, and they don't know, I would just hope. I said, I would just hope, whatever it is that mom, or whatever issue it is, I said, I just hope that if it were me, and one day I snapped, or lost my mind, or my marbles went all over the floor, I would hope that you all would, help me out of that, help me through that, and be there for me. So just remember that. It's hard.
I've always stressed to my girls the importance of family and stuff like that. And I was thankful to see as they got older that they are family oriented.
Right on.
I was really thankful for that.
Right on.
I mean, I'm at this point too. Like, my stepdaughter's 26, my daughter's 24. I'm just glad they call me.
Oh, nice. I have a daughter who's 30. My oldest daughter's 30 already, and that makes me
wow.
What?
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck? But then I went and I did it 8 more times. So, the family thing is for real.
You have 9 kids?
I had 9, but I have 8 because I lost a daughter.
I'm sorry.
Back in 2012, worst day of my life. And I've been a DJ now ever since. The music keeps me going, and thank you.
How do you... 9 kids?
5 of them are adults now.
Yeah, I know. How did you survive that?
I don't know. I'm still kicking, bro.
My brother had 4, and I'd look at him and my head would explode.
Oh, I love kids. I love family. I'm the oldest of 5 myself. We're not that big of a family, but
well,
big
now
enough.
I start thinking, I'm like, I have to be nice to them because they're going to put me in the nursing home.
Yeah, exactly. You just tell them this. Just make sure it's not one of those homes off of 60 Minutes.
I always threaten my daughter. I said, I'm going to live in your basement.
Yeah, no, you're not my mom. You're not putting me in a home. I'm like, I'll be right there with you.
Sophia was like, "You're going right into a home."
That is hilarious. That is cute too.
I said, "No." I took care of you. Now you're gonna have to take care of me.
Yeah, and now you got to sing.
Like, you're going right.
You got to sing to
You're
me.
going right in the home.
Yeah, you got to come sing to me in the home every Thursday night.
Yeah. So I'm gonna throw my diaper around, and then
exactly.
you're gonna have to clean me up.
I bug my kids about that all the time. That's hilarious. But no, I'm so glad that you are, kicking it about and doing well. You're doing really well, and
trying. It's what I know. It's all I know.
Yeah. Well, we do what we know, right?
That's it. It's been brought to my attention that and I don't suspect that this was a compliment in the context that it was mentioned. But it was. There are like two types of people in the world. Mm-hmm. And there are people that work to live, and then people that live to work.
Exactly.
And I fall into the live to work category.
Exactly.
And so, like, even like taking vacations and stuff. As a kid, we didn't have money to do anything like that, so we never really went on vacation. So I never really grew up having that need or desire, like, oh, I need a vacation.
Likewise. Yeah. Must be nice.
Just like, yeah. I mean, and then I have gone on vacation since.
Yes.
But it doesn't really fall into a thing of priority to me. I'm always thinking about. And it's true. I'm always thinking about work.
Exactly.
And especially like in this environment, yeah, it's very easy to become like irrelevant.
Yeah.
And it's a very out of sight, out of mind environment.
Very true.
And so there's always that thing inside me that makes me push to like always keep moving ahead.
Yeah.
Always keep like, what all right, you did this, all right, what am I doing next? What's going on next?
Yeah.
Trying to look for that next road.
Always a plan of action.
And it does it does become all consuming.
Yeah, it does.
Which is odd because like before I joined Type O Negative, I'm pretty much a slacker.
I've changed.
Yeah, like the part-time job really got in the way.
Yeah, it's so crazy how it all just works, man. It really is. I'm like that too.
Yeah.
I don't like sitting still. I don't like sitting still.
I don't.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I enjoy it. Like I enjoy a day of like doing nothing.
Yes, a day. A day or two.
Just sit on the couch and not do anything. Have a lazy day.
Yeah.
But I'm still like checking my emails and
still
my phone
doing work.
Like, texting. You're still doing something.
Yeah. I feel you.
It comes with a price.
It does.
It does.
It really does.
There is a trade-off, like it's, when my career has cost me relationships, throughout my whole life.
No.
And it's just something that you have to I have to contend with that.
Yeah, that's
a
tough one.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like especially now at my age and stuff, and this is my career. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have a career change, but at 57 years old.
No, probably not.
Right. Like the workplace just doesn't have new hires at 57 years old.
Not so much, no. Not nowadays.
No, I really don't have any experience with that. I play drums.
Yeah, want me to beat something? I'm good at that.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have a place for you here at this company? I'm not really sure.
Unless you get like some kind of sitting desk job answering a phone or booking appointments or selling stuff.
Right. Right,
which is
something,
garbage.
but it is very hard at this age, to now,
Yeah,
get into a different
I was
career,
doing that call. Yeah, I was doing that call center stuff too, and I had to quit that job because I called a family one day, and this woman answered it, and she could not. She was beside herself. She just lost her husband, and I'm trying to sell her something.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Right, yeah, it is. Certain people are cut out for certain jobs.
Yeah, had to quit that right away. In the band. Yeah, that was sad. I was like, yikes! I'm so sorry. Yeah. Then I changed my job there, but
right.
I'll just stick to cleaning things because I'm good at that.
Yeah, I'm good at breaking things.
Yeah,
I'm good at doing that. I'm good at that.
I'm good at fixing things and cleaning things, even toilets for some reason. I'm not. I never. I don't know, but I do. I have no idea. But anyway, you ever get a plugged toilet? Let me know.
Right. Well, I've done plumbing. I've had all kinds of jobs.
Yeah, I've never done plumbing, but I could fix a toilet.
All kinds of trades.
Yeah, that's right on. It's good to have that kind of eclectic experience.
Well, I guess, when you're a musician or an aspiring musician,
yeah,
most of the time, you
gotta hold down some jobs.
Your options to make money are manual labor.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much whatever buddy guy can hook you up with and whatnot.
Yeah. And I chose not to go to college.
Yeah, screw that noise.
Because it was going to get in the way of my music career.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we can't have that.
By the time
you did a good.
I could have been a doctor before anything happened with my music career.
Dr. Schmochter, you're doing amazing things still with being in the music realm of it all. So you did not disappoint.
Yeah, I love what I do.
Hell yeah, you could tell.
That's cool. And I try to. That's the one thing I try to be an example for my kids.
Exactly. That's what we do.
I was like I said, I probably could have done something that paid better. That was, that would have been more secure. Had better security, make more money. More of a future.
Exactly.
Whatever. And I said, but I chose not to do that. I chose to follow a passion.
That's right.
And I said, if you can do something, for a career that you're passionate about, you're winning.
Yeah, and it won't even feel like work.
Right. I said, you can have a good job, making really good money. I said that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be happy.
Exactly. Just
I said because you're still, if you're still looking at the clock going, is it 5 o'clock yet? I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah, it's not no life to live now.
Right. I said if you're doing something that you love, I said you'll never look at the clock.
No, you're excited to get to it every day. You can't wait to open up that email or. Yeah.
Like I said, you wake up in the morning, you're like, I can't wait to go to work today.
Yeah, it's kind of how I've actually been feeling since I started DJing. It's like tomorrow's been 5 years for my show, and it feels like I started yesterday, but I haven't. I know that, but
even like this, it doesn't feel like a job.
No, it feels like Christmas actually every morning.
And it is. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
And especially like this choir, right? All the travel that's involved and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the weekends, they're tough. And but to me, it's worth it.
Exactly, it's fun work.
You're right. I still love doing what I do. It's taxing on me, but I still love it.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're saying.
I tried to pass that down to my girls.
Yeah, it's the best thing that we could do for our kids, man. You're doing it good. You're doing it right.
I hope.
You are. I know you are. But that being said, I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
I'm trying to look to see. I have a schedule today. Today's my press day.
Uh-oh. And I'm hogging all your time.
It is.
But
today's press day.
Yeah.
And yeah, because everything got screwed up last week.
Yeah. I was hoping that you got my number right. I'm like, damn it, did I give the right number? Did I screw something up?
Well, what happened there? I believe I had to change the schedule last minute.
Yeah. I found out later.
And then I sent Nathan an email, and then Dan's like, you have press. I was like, I'm in a car, dude.
Not happening right now, buddy.
I was like, or I was like, no, actually, that day I was flying. I was like, I'm on a plane.
Oh, there you go.
Today. I can't do press on a plane.
No.
The car I could do. I could do phoners. In the car. That I could do. I've done that plenty of times.
But not flying in the sky.
Yeah, you can't do that on a plane.
Yeah.
And I had asked to reschedule it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, last week everything changed.
And I was so
changed last minute.
Yeah, and when I got the last one here for today, I was so hoping that it was going to work out. I'm like, and if it doesn't, I totally understand, because I know how it is. I'm like, what if it would have been me this time? That said I couldn't do it today.
Today, I set aside today.
Right on.
Because I knew I'd be home. I came home. Actually, at first, I wasn't going to be home today. I was going to be driving today.
And look at that.
A last minute thing. I wound up going up to New York for the holiday. I had to take care of some stuff up there.
Right on.
While I was up there, and there was a break in my schedule. I was in New Orleans working with Kenny from Typo in Sun Don't Shine.
Yeah.
And so there was a couple of days off in New Orleans, and at first I was just going to stay in New Orleans. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to take care of all this stuff now because all my drum tracks are done and everything. I'm going to drive up to New York and then come back. And then tomorrow I fly. I was supposed to come home. Today is Wednesday, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I was planning on coming home from New York tomorrow. Be here today, and then I fly to Fort Wayne tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Instead, I came home Sunday.
Right on.
And I got everything that I was that I need to take care of up there. I got it all done. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home and just stay home for a day.
Yeah, well, I think you deserve to.
And just stay home.
Yeah.
It's like, what a concept.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm going to stay home
because
today.
it really has been busy. And after next week, next week I have a few days off, but the following week is even busier.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be out of town for a week and a half.
Yeah, so
And so I was like, right. And so anyway, I asked Nathan to reschedule everything if we could put it all in one day.
Right
so
on.
now that's what I'm doing all day today. Is just getting all the interviews done, and then I get that taken care of, and then that's out of the way, and then I can relax the rest of the day. Maybe pack my bag.
Hell yeah. Take some time for yourself. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time
tomorrow
today.
Starts everything else.
Right on.
Well, thank you. I had a good time.
Always.
This was fun.
Always. But I'm just stoked. I love the album. You guys are kicking butt.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And before I let you go, where can the people find the newest stuff?
Dan just sent me a thing. I see that the advertisements are starting to come out for the vinyl, but it was in Europe.
Oh, okay.
And
I got to get my fingers on that.
Yeah, what am I seeing here? It's just a post, that it's available. I guess the place to go to first would be Metalville Records.
Okay.
Which is that's the label that it's coming out on. And what is Metalville Records? Let's see. Metalville Records website.
Right on.
Metalville-shop.com.
Right on.
Yeah. And I know pre-orders. Let's see. What do they have for pre-orders? They got 7. Oh, here it is. Yeah, they have it pre-ordered, but that's for Europe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I believe the release date is August 25th.
Yes.
In the U.S. Yeah.
Okay, so then it'll
But
be
I guess
available after
the first place, and then try the Patriarchs in Black Instagram page.
Okay.
That's the most active, and that has everything that's always up to date.
Okay, it's good to let the listeners know that you're more active on that site.
Yeah, Instagram is definitely more active than anything else. That is the most active one.
Well, right on. I cannot wait till it comes out. Cannot wait for August 25th. I cannot wait to be constantly playing it on my show. And once again, thank you so much for your time today, Johnny.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Good to talk to you again.
Hell yeah, it's been a while. Before I let you go, can I ask you to make a quick station tag? Something like, "This is Johnny Kelly, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Yeah.
Thank you. Anytime you're ready.
Hey, this is Johnny Kelly from Typo Negative and Patriarchs in Black, and you are listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah. Thank you. You're too cool, man. You're too cool.
Thanks a lot.
I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Travel safe and take care, eh?
You too. Thanks. All right, I'll talk to you again soon, I hope.
Very welcome. I hope so.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, there you guys go. That was none other than Johnny Kelly. And you already heard him tell you where he's from. Type O and Patriarchs in Black. We are going to listen to some of that badassness soon. Thank you all for tuning in.